Hey, everybody, we are back. Heroes Unleashed. We have a almost full complement here. I'm your GM. We have Morgan, Vona, Theory, Crimson Sage, Patch, Seraph, and Id. D, unfortunately, is not going to be here, so I've replaced him with another albino because his character is an albino. And you guys can't see the graphic, but it is there if you ever look at the replay. So we're going to go back to here we go. Let me set the mood. Now, I'm going to start with Morgan today. You're at the warehouse. These guys had taken off to intercept Sage, Vonally, and Id to assist them because they're could potentially be splat. They may go splat, and you had attempted to make a Jesus Christ. You had attempted to do a jamming signal using cell towers to triangulate their position and disable the drones that they discovered were also on an intercept course to the Vona's Winnie, his ancient Winnie, and that's not a woman, by the way. It's a Winnebago. So he's while you're there, and you had attempted to make that thing a reality, to put that together. The signal you send out, the way that you had triangulated it, in theory, it should have worked. However, the encryption of those drones is such that it is almost as if it's constantly refreshing itself. You theorize that it's being powered. It's being not powered. It's being crafted by some sort of either someone with it's either an artificial intelligence or someone with the a machine melding ability, similar to you don't know that Patch can do that, but it's similar. It could possibly be an AI, a really good AI, or some government level encryption that you haven't been able to crack.
Yeah.
One of Patch's rather burly office assistants. She comes in and she says, "Excuse me, are you Morgan?"
Yes.
I can barely hear you, dude.
Yes.
All right, take it easy. No need to yell. So, all right, hold on for a second, because Vona dropped, I think.
Yes.
No, he's right there. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Why is that coming up twice?
Why is Spanky blank?
Well, because he has no picture, because for all his...
He's got the laptop closed, using it as a table.
For all his intimate knowledge, he still can't get shit right. Right.
I'm left-handed. I don't know about anything like that.
I'm looking at adult content. That's why I'm not on camera.
Yikes. That is, yeah. All right, just give me a second. I gotta fix. You guys can't see the interface. You're just looking at Zoom, but the interface I have, somehow Sage came up twice on my screen. So let me just fix that. Nobody wants to look at that face twice.
That's because you love me.
Gross.
Love me.
That is just 7 levels of gross.
7 levels.
Damn, you knocked me down a notch, you bitch. I went down to 7.
It's like the 7 levels of hell.
You right there with me, baby.
No, Pit 6 is all yours, buddy.
With me. Pit 6, bitch. Pit 6.
All right, there we go. Okay. So she said there's what was I saying? There was a message that came in for you.
Marty Southray. No, why all America?
Can anybody understand what he's saying?
Sounded like he's tech support.
You forgot to put on your spanking translator?
Yeah, it's not working today. I don't think that I have it active. I don't think that I want it active anymore, to be honest with you. Okay. She comes in with a folder, and
Okay.
she says, "This came for you. We just set up the fax, and it was almost as if this message was waiting for you, and that number isn't listed yet. So it's not. We haven't even given this number out. So, and it seems a little strange. So, but it has your name on it. So I figured you
Okay.
should have it.
All right, so I'm gonna go through it real quick.
Okay. When you open it, there are 3 pages on it, and on each page there seems to be it looks like a block of like a drawing. So it forms like a semicircle in one, right? It's like it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So there's a block that goes to the left. Then on the second page, there's something in the center, and then on the third page, you can see something on the right.
So see what it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what I described it. No, everything that's on it, it's kind of grainy because it's a fax, and with your perception, I keep forgetting. I gotta keep remembering your perception because I see what you just rolled. So as you're looking at it, those blotches they seem to be forming a pattern. On each page, they're in a specific order.
So see if I can get another piece of paper or the back of the folder and then translate it so not just me, I understand it, everyone else around me can understand it as well.
Okay. So I'm going to give this to you because neither of us are super geniuses or have a 47 perception. So when you're looking at it and it seems to form a pattern, and it's like an overlay, which is the word I was looking for. So each one of those pages overlays on the other. So as you come to a point where you just instinctually find a light source and hold it up. And as you do that, it has constellations that you recognize. So our constellations. And in that ring, as overlaying all 3 pages, holding it up to the light, it forms a complete picture, and you can see that it, with all the dots and all the lines that would have normally have been just considered just part of a shitty technology that is what a fax machine is. It looks like your chakram.
Oh.
But there's something in the center that it formed that's like a circle in the center. So there's something in that center piece, and it has all the dots and everything. It forms some intricate drawing, and you can see these constellations in it. And as you're thinking on it, you see that it forms it has like a sort of a sundial quality to it. So it's less the constellations and more of a frame of time that is using the constellations to give you that like a time frame. Like how the Mayans and the Incans used the stars and everything and the sun to come up with time, with the concept of tracking time. That's what this is. That's what this looks like. There's no return number. There's no header or anything on it. It just had your name. And the way that your name was written, it was light at first on the first page. On the second page, there's something else written underneath it that when it overlays to your name, it like obscures it. And then on the third page, the block of your word of your name, it forms something else that just seems gibberish.
So I'm gonna break down mathematically what would be the date of this, because that has to be giving me something for a specific date. That's what I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna break down the date and then inform the group. It might be that what's gonna happen.
Okay.
A
So-
world event is gonna happen at this time. And if I can break down the constellations and figure out the location or
Okay.
general location.
So you're gonna use. I want you to use your advanced mathematics. So we're gonna start with we're gonna start with that skill. All right.
Idiot.
Okay. All right. So with that, you're able to extrapolate. Wow. You're able to decipher that the date is within a margin of it's within 48 hours, plus or minus 5 or 6 hours. So it's not exact. It could be plus or minus 5 hours. Okay.
I'm gonna.
And it
And
looks
then I'm
like a celestial event. As you're looking at this again, the way that the patterns outside of the chakram, they fall into the center to where that center ring is, to where what's filling the ring of the chakram. It looks like there's something that's going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours, give or take.
So I'm gonna let the group know
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can figure out where it is gonna be
Okay.
from what the information I have gathered so far.
What it looks like, it more or less, you're just like it could there's spots that could be coordinates, but with each coordinate, and there are approximately 6 coordinates. Each one, when you think about a map, and again, with your IQ, I'm giving this to you. So as you're putting this together, you're seeing, you're MacGyvering this in your head, and you're seeing the image of the Earth, and you're seeing the spots. And with each, there is a time frame, and at least 4 of them have already elapsed. The last one being in England.
Now I'm gonna go back to the ones that did happen,
Mhm.
so I can try to triangulate the next position to make sure that it's in England.
All right, so the second position.
Things I've learned as an actress in the
All right, I don't know who that is, but please mute yourself. The second position is in fact in California. The third one is in New York. The last one is in New York. I'm saying the 5th position is in New York. The 6th position is New York, and the 5th one is in California.
So put everything together. I'm gonna translate everything so it's feasible and readable by normal people.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can give it to Ms. Rivers and everyone else in the group,
Mm-hmm.
so they'll have a copy of this information. So in case anything does happen to me, they know how to read it. Like a roadmap.
In case anything happens to me,
Yes,
wow.
I read that. Yeah, why am I taking a dump? They need to talk to me.
Oh. All right. Okay. All right. No, that's totally fine. Totally feasible. This is like, shit, shields up. I gotta go take a shit.
Yep. So
All right.
translate everything and let everyone know this is going to happen in said time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the window of the event, and it's going to be in England.
Okay. So when you go to Rivers, she's knee deep in. She's looking at her. You can see her in an office. She sees you coming and waves you in. She's like, can I help you? Can I help you, Morgan?
Yes, I have some information I want to give you guys.
Are you all right? You seem a little flustered.
I had to use my brain for a little bit.
That must have been
Because-
exhausting.
Yes, because I'm going to start breaking everything down page by page. Well, I'm extrapolating because of this stellar situation, what happened here, the roadmap to this, and it's all attached to my chakra.
So she's looking at you. It's like, you got this from From a fax?
Well, normal people can't perceive things the way I do. So that's why this was given to me. I don't know by who.
So, okay.
And I'm going to slowly explain it to her step by step, like she was a 4-year-old, so she can understand it.
Okay. Throughout that process of explaining explaining it to her as a 4-year-old, your perception can glean annoyance at you mansplaining, but she allows you to do that without interrupting. Now, at the end of that, she looks at you. She's like, "Okay, so this all correlates to that thing that you got, that weapon
Yes.
that you were using on those monsters. I'm just
Yes,
gonna
which
call them
I'm-
monsters. And this is all some magical subplot that we now need to take care of, to be aware of.
Well, magic is just science that nobody understands. So that's all. it is.
I'm not gonna belabor that point anymore. I'm pretty sure that we're all in agreement. Now,
Okay.
what I need to know from you is where in California, where in New York, can you get us exact coordinates?
Well, the events already happened, and by what I see,
Wait, so
it
the
was where
events,
the worm.
the events
These
in,
events happened, and the last one is gonna be in England.
okay,
I correlated
I don't
where
think
the
you,
events-
you heard that wrong. So the last one was England. The next two are California, and the last one is California's the next one. New York's the last one.
Okay, so the ones in the middle, I'm gonna see if I can figure it out and show her.
Okay, so unfortunately, you're not, and this is plot driven. This is a plot
Yeah.
device. The California one, that's as close as you can get. The
So,
only
I-
reason you knew about the England one is because that one was was on the news.
Okay,
Okay,
so
the
I-
other three you don't know, you don't have any recollection of any such
yeah,
occurrence.
I'm gonna let her know that I don't have enough information at the moment, in present. But I'm gonna go with that. This chakram has to be some sort of key for this event, because
So-
it's attaching all these locations of what's going on with the stellar constellations.
So so then it stands to reason that we should lock that up and secure it.
That's why originally I gave it to you.
So she shoots you in the face. No, I'm just kidding.
So I bleed profusely and kill her.
Not with
My
your
blood.
not with your SDC.
Shh.
Okay.
As intelligent I am, my head should explode when it gets hit with a bullet, and everything within 5 miles should die.
Or get smarter. Now, okay, so then what do we do with this information? It's not like I can pick up the phone and call the governor of California and say, "Oh, by the way, some stellar event's going to happen that's based in magic that I got that I got third hand from some English kid who got it from a fax. I need more than this."
Is there a possibility you could send this in? I mean, I'm still a little hurt, as you can see, and I'm gonna wave my broken arm. But I'm willing to go with anyone else you're willing to send, so we can see about if we can actually, verify this to make sure, because we don't want to be caught with our pants down.
So are you
Like we
sure
have been.
are you sure you're up for this? Because like you said, you do have a broken arm.
I've been doing it so far, so
She's like, are you trained in small arms fire?
yes.
It's just, I unfortunately don't have the resources right now to dedicate to this. I got, I'm fighting a couple of couple of different fronts, and our boss is still in Washington. Because remember, fellas, this is like 36 hours. These last few games, it's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it's just okay. So I'm gonna assign a couple of agents to you. You take them they're gonna take you wherever you need to go and protect you as best as they can. It's just like,
Okay.
we have a small arm. We have an armory a portable armory that we've brought along. So you pick a couple of weapons, and for God's sakes, do not shoot any civilians. We're gonna. It says, I will deputize you only in name to use it. So you do
Okay.
understand what that means. If you
Yes, I'm gonna put an evil grin on.
say, so she points. She's like, exactly. Let's not have another incident with the Chipotle thing.
No, not at all. I won't have any police officer be victimized and almost murdered in front of people on camera.
Well, that guy's always getting shot, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, he's still alive. Oh,
So he said, okay, so then where the coordinates give you have a roundabout destination, and it's maybe about 50 miles south of the city,
okay.
and it's a mountainous region. There is
Near
a
the Burning Man.
right. The only thing in that area is one of those last stop gas stations before they
Uh-huh.
before you hit a huge stretch of highway going further south.
So, I let her know.
She's like, okay, well, I'll you get whatever you need, whatever it is that you need, and I'll round up some agents to escort you. You should. He said, I'll alert the team. You just get ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna go
All right.
and get my stuff together.
So we're gonna come back to Sage, Vona, and Id. So Id, Abby's just like, okay, so now they're fucking drones, like military style drones attacking us. She's whispering it to you. She's like, okay, now there's fucking drones now. We're fighting drones. Who the fuck is piloting them? Are we being targeted by our own fucking government now? She's like, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I know that they're always watching us. This is not good for me. It's like,
Calm
what,
down,
it's like, what do we need to do here? We need to get the fuck out of the situation.
First of all, I'm gonna need you to calm down.
It's like, I hate when you tell me that. So please just come up with something.
Look, with all the weird shit we've gone through, this is probably the least weird thing we've probably come up with.
She's like,
Hey, dude.
oh, really? I beg to differ.
I mean, these are actual people flying drones and shit, as opposed to psychic entities or monsters or ghosts and shit. So I think we should take this as a win.
Lou,
Yes.
just a point of fact, Id and his partner are with Patch and Seraph because they were all at the warehouse making their way to us. It's only me and Vona in the Winnebago.
Okay, and that's fine. But they're not flying with Patch and Seraph. They're doing their warlock thing to fly to you. So if for anything else, they could. This is a conversation that they're having on the way to you in the car. So I get your point, and thank you very much for clarifying that. But either way, they're on their way to you guys. This is a car conversation with a very hostile Caucasian woman, Caucasian woman who has a slight alcohol problem, and definitely
Only slight.
and definitely can't control her verbal abuse of her partner.
Not even a little bit.
Just like, you do understand that we don't have to do this. We could just go home. Why can't we just go home?
I look at her and I kind of sigh. You can go home. I can't.
It's like,
I have to do this.
I fucking hate you
I-
so
if I
much
don't-
right now.
Look, if I don't do this, people I care about could die, and I'm not about to let that happen.
It's like, oh my god, I forgot that fucking book. Who has the book
The book is back at HQ.
with the Ice Queen and what's his name, that redheaded shitbag that hacked my phone?
Yes, them.
Oh
I
fuck.
told you can stay behind, but you wanted to go. You wanted to be
So,
included.
unlike some people, I take my partnerships seriously.
I do too, which is why I tell you to stay behind half the time.
It's like, what do you mean stay behind? What are you, some fucking knight in shining armor?
No, not at all. But I'm better equipped to deal with supernatural. As
Oh,
you said
are you?
before, your
Oh,
guns barely do shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but of the two of us, who's been in the hospital more?
You're welcome.
Who's been to the emergency room more times?
Well, me. And once again, you're welcome. It could have easily been you.
No, it wouldn't have been because I wouldn't have been fucking there. So just fucking hurry up and let's just get this over with, and then we gotta go get that thing to satisfy some shadow organization that's gonna murder us if we don't.
I'm pretty sure.
And
they're gonna
and
murder
we're
us
on the
if we
clock,
do.
as a matter of fact, right? We still have, like, what, 12 hours left?
About, give or take. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna murder us if we do anyway. So we need a contingency plan.
Uh-huh. Which is?
We help these guys, they help us.
You're not seriously thinking that's a plan, right?
Yeah.
They
Get a plan
literally
like that.
blew up
You
a
wanna-
hospital.
You want to go against them by ourselves?
They blew up a hospital. Like, a hospital.
Oh, they've done more than that.
Why can't I drink anything? She's like, what? I need a fucking
Look.
drink right now.
Look, when we get through this, all drinks are on me for the next forever.
Yeah, you're gonna regret that one.
I doubt it, because I'll be drinking right along with you
Like, that's if we fucking survive this.
if we survive this.
She takes out her gun and she's making sure that it's loaded. And she's like, fuck. It's like, you don't have, like, what about, like, silver bullets? Do we have silver? Does silver bullets work? I mean, wait, that's werewolves. Fuck.
I gesture my finger in the shape of a gun and I cock it. Like, I got a silver bullet right here.
You are seriously fucked up. You know that, right?
Hey, lighten up. It's only the end of the world.
It's the end of the world and we know it. When I feel fine.
You know, he's like, you know what? How about we just shut the fuck up for the rest of this drive? I think that's a good idea.
Oh, thank God. I mean, yeah, sure.
I'd say fuck you, but I think I've run out of all fuck yous. Fucking
No,
asshole.
I'm pretty sure you got a few more left.
Shit.
The night is young.
So she's just like, oh fuck, oh my god. And she takes out her phone. She's just like, I forgot I had this on vibrate. Fuck. She's like, oh shit. And she shows you the screen. She's like, and it says chief of dicks. That's how she has him as a chief of dicks. She's like, we haven't checked in. I don't know that I want to pick this up, but he's gonna keep calling.
Give it here. I'll talk to him.
Fine, it's on you. So she puts it on speaker. He's like, Detective Kincaid, is that you? Where? Hello?
No, Chief. This is Johnson.
Johnson. It's like, what are you doing with Kincaid's phone? Where is Kincaid? And where are you?
She's resting at the moment, sir.
Resting? What the fuck are you talking about?
We're on the way to handle some more supernatural shit, so we can wrap this up.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that last part. Where exactly are you going? What is your 20?
I think the less you know, the better, sir.
It's like,
You're gonna need
Johnson,
some
I
plausible
swear to
deniability
fucking God,
first.
click. She just presses the end. She's like, we are so fucked.
I am so fucked. You hung up while I was on the phone. That was kind of rude.
Oh, that she's just like, oh yeah, you're fucked.
Eh,
She
Oh, well.
goes back to her phone. You can see her pull down the screen. She's like airplane mode.
Oh, wow.
What's the worst he could do to me? Fire me?
Oh, I'm sure he can figure something out. Okay. All right. So then you're still out. You probably got another 5 minutes, no, 10 minutes in the drive. So Patch and Seraph, you're coming in. You can the drones are at varying positions, but they're miles out. However, understanding the ordnance that they're carrying, that distance is irrelevant. You are approximately 3 minutes out from where Sage and Vona Lee and are currently.
Are these the same drones that I encountered before?
They are. However, they are even more heavily encrypted, and at this point, unhackable. It's almost as if the digital defenses have been increased.
Okay.
So do you have advanced optics? Anything like that? Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Full advanced optics and audio.
You can see the Winnebago as it's speeding along a bypass road towards an overpass. Excuse me. It's a footbridge, but it offers enough cover for most of the Winnebago's width or length. Excuse me. So it'll be there in like 30 to 40 seconds. You can see, and on your radar, there's one of those drones is now circling, and it looks like it's coming into an attack position. That drone is 2 miles out.
Dad, do you see this?
Yeah, I see it, but I don't know what to do about it. We can't scramble them. We can't access them. We don't have the kind of
Taking them on directly would be madness.
taking them on directly won't be so much madness because we can outfly them, but it's a matter of closing the gap.
Whatever chances I take, Dad, it would be easier if I do that without you contained within my body.
Son, I can understand, but if you could take an airframe form, I could defend us while you fire. Because right now, this is a dogfight, and you're not.
Unfortunately, Dad, that is not my capacity at this time.
We have to go. We just got to go.
Okay, so are you going? Are you switching course? Are you course correcting to that drone, or are you still heading towards Sage and Vona?
We got to intercept.
All right, now that I know exactly what we're dealing with and running into, now take a quick look. Let's see now.
Autobots, transform, roll out.
Yeah, I don't have that ability though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I forgot. We were talking about it so much that I forgot we don't have that no more here.
Yeah.
Well, what was the plan?
Well, he takes an airframe form. I'll do the defensive combat. He's his own mind, so he can fire when I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I have the ability to dodge electronics, auto dodge.
Okay.
If it's an electronic lock on and everything, I got that out of my other ability from my armor.
Okay.
Between
Right.
that plus my piloting expertise, I can dogfight it, keep us in a defensive, and he could do all the shooting.
Okay.
I don't have to worry about none of the shooting.
Okay.
Basically, I'm your co-pilot and weapons, and I manage weapon systems.
So-
okay.
So why were you saying that you can't do that?
Well, he's not
an
airframe. Where
Right.
he's an armor. He's not an airframe, so I
Gotcha.
can't use like all my piloting skills.
Gotcha.
Before
Well-
when we were doing this before, we were more synergized in the other system.
Understood. And that's something that you can build towards with this, but at the moment you understand your limitations, so that's fine. Okay.
Okay, so it's a simple question of I can hand over complete flight control and defensive tactics. I'm guessing it would be like a minus on your piloting.
It would.
I mean,
it
I
would.
can't turn
It
into
would
a-
be because you're because of what you already said. You're not necessarily in that frame, so it would be
Right.
a minus on. You can attempt it, but it would be there would be penalties to your piloting,
That's better than nothing.
which is really up to you guys.
We can still do it that way because I can still dodge them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what we'll do then.
So we're doing that.
All right. As you're moving at max speed, yes?
Yes,
Okay. Which is what, 300 or 200 and something?
300.
Okay. With both of you coming into, with you moving towards it at 300 miles per hour and it moving in its direction at its rate of speed, we're gonna roll initiative, and the person to roll the initiative for both of you would be Seraph. Wait, no, I'm sorry. It would be you, Patch, because you're piloting.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Okay, hold on a sec.
And let me give you my bonuses. Those do count, right, Lou?
For what?
My
No.
initiative bonus.
No, it would just be his. Whatever his initiative bonus is.
Well, he's tied into my systems.
Then okay, then yes, you can do that.
+4.
Okay.
Then I got a 22.
All right, so I got it. That's a 20. If you minus the 80. Oh
I
wait.
did.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
He gives me +2 more over my 2. That's
Gotcha.
four.
Gotcha. All right. You get into combat range. All right. So what do you? So make whatever. What weapon are you using, and then make your attack roll.
Laser rod.
Okay.
+1. Let me check skills real quick. +2. +4. Okay.
Okay.
These are automated defenses, right?
Yes.
So I would get, on top of whatever bonus he gives me, I would get another +4 because they're artificial. Automated defenses. I get +4 initiative for that.
All right. Roll damage,
Using the average damage.
which is
11.
okay. All right. So you send out that lance of energy. You can see it hits, and it wobbles from the impact. From not, it's not a physical impact, but from the laser itself as it tries to course correct and dodge out of the way, but it's still coming. You can see out of the front. It looks like as you use your optics and you zoom into it, it looks like a really advanced Predator drone, and it's nothing that you've seen that the U.S. military has. So it even has pieces of what it looks like. It looks like more of a miniature old style stealth fighter. You know those little stealth fighters that the triangle ones, and
Yeah.
it looks miniaturized and extraordinarily maneuverable. From the bottom, it has the 4 missiles, 2 missiles on each arm, and then it also has a minigun that just drops out from the front, which is what it's using.
Hold on. It's got externally mounted missiles.
I'm sorry?
It's got externally mounted missiles.
It's got externally mounted missiles. They're small and compact. You took them for fuel cells at first, but you can now see the warheads as it comes closer into view.
Wouldn't that foil their stealth because it increases their signature once they deploy that?
Okay,
It
so
would.
I don't. I'm not a 100% familiar with that, but I'm just letting you know that yes, I said it looks like a stealth fighter, but it doesn't. It's not necessarily a stealth. It doesn't have stealth capabilities. It's just for maneuverability.
All right, here we go. So with this, with the fact that I'm doing all the defensive and everything, I'm gonna see if I can get a reading on their energy signature of their engines. Is it similar to the engine I was working on in the college?
Yes. It doesn't look as let's say the word not perfected, but it looks like it was in like a prototype stage. So because you can still get a reading from it, and those engines that you were working on, the energy signature is completely different, and obviously you were working on it in a greater scope, larger pieces.
What weapons do you have, Big Mike?
All my weapons are laser based. Laser cannon, laser rod, eye laser.
Laser.
Yeah, everything's energy based.
All right, that won't work.
Okay, so from the nose, that the minigun comes out and starts spinning, and now it's gonna attack. That would be a 19.
All of a sudden, I can't spell the word roll.
Using your auto dodge or the regular dodge?
I auto dodge.
Oh, okay, I got nothing.
And I owe the 14. You said it was a 19?
It was a 19, yeah.
That's
You
wrong.
rolled a D10, bro.
I know. I just saw that.
Oh, so do it again, bro. You would have had a 20 if you rolled 1d20 because it rolled a perfect 10.
So how does that work if you got what, mechanical awareness, right?
Yeah, I got mechanical awareness.
Right.
You don't have any other bonuses.
No, no. Auto dodge doesn't stack with auto dodge. Unless they change that somewhere between the lines, dodge doesn't stack with auto dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge is not stuck on auto dodge,
It does
and
not.
you're only able to auto dodge as many times as you have actions.
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
you don't
No,
sacrifice actions for auto dodge.
No, you don't sacrifice
But
auto
you
dodge.
can only
for
do it
action.
as many times as you have actions.
Right. That's all it means.
Yeah, just so it wouldn't be.
And
it
you
wouldn't
can
It would
and
be
you
on
can
an
only
infinite
auto
loop.
dodge from a maximum of 4 attackers at a time.
I didn't know that. That's new. That's some new information.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You can only defend from 4 attackers at a time. Period.
No, you could defend more than that. It depends
Only if
on
you
what martial arts you have.
Allow you to, like multiple
Well,
parry.
even if you don't have martial arts, if you have a power or an ability that gives you auto dodge, you
He's
know.
only dodge 4 people max, or defend against 4 people max.
That's Palladium standard.
Or count as being flanked.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like if you're surrounded, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
that's what
Or-
they're taking
or-
into account.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or if you got like 5 people shooting at you, you can only dodge 4 of those bullets.
Gotcha.
Hey guys, time is short.
Yep, just give me a sec.
We're waiting on.
We got dinged.
I don't know if I did that right.
No, you did not do that right. At least I don't think you did.
Yeah, that's a serious number for a minigun.
Yeah, it is. But it's 5d6 times 3 times 5.
Did I put? It's 5d6 per round. 5 rounds out of 12 hit you. And it's a short burst, so it's times.
So it
three.
would only be the normal attack damage times 2 if it's a short round.
No, short
Short
burst
burst
is
is-
times
Short
3.
burst.
I'm looking at it right
Okay,
now.
so it's times 3.
Okay, so that would be what? 5, 10, 16.
That's
20
20 times
So
360.
that's 60 points.
And what was their roll again? Just checking that we get to. Yeah, you went over there.
Yeah, it was
So where,
it
where
was a
does the
19.
times 5? Where does the times 5 come in?
I was doing it per round. So this is 5d6 per round.
Yeah, then shouldn't that be 1d6 times 5 instead of 5d6 times 5?
No, the damage is 5d6 per round.
Yeah, but the way you calculate short burst, long burst, or medium burst, it's the round damage, which is 5d6 times the multiplier. That's it. You don't roll how many hit.
That's
and then
fine.
multiply
We
that
came
again.
we came to 60. That's good. That's fine.
There is no medium burst.
No, it's only short and long, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
short,
short and long.
short and long.
Short, long, and short,
Two
long, and short, long,
Full clip.
and right.
Actually, some SMGs do have a medium burst.
All right, so
Short,
that's
long,
we can
short,
talk
short,
about that.
short,
We can
short.
talk about that later. I want to get this through. So you took 60
yeah.
points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now
recording this.
here's the rub, because it penetrated your armor. Half that damage is going to you, Patch, because you're inside of him, and it penetrated
Okay.
him. Okay, so that's 30 points to you.
We
So-
both got natural armor, so it goes into my armor.
Yeah, well, what is your armor rating?
My armor rating, no, it went over my armor rating.
Oh,
So
okay.
it hits my armor because
So
it's
it-
natural armor.
It hits. Okay.
We both have natural armor.
Right.
So it's actually we both have natural armor. So it doesn't even go through his armor. It has to eat his armor first before it gets to me.
It would render me non-functional first.
Yeah, to knock him out first before it gets to me because it's natural armor.
Okay.
It's not regular armor.
The only worry is when I get hit with supernatural strength,
Right.
which will send me flying because of knockback.
Okay. Your attack.
All right. I am going to return with laser rod on.
Matter of
Long
fact, I
burst.
didn't do that right, so let's just do this again.
No.
Hold on for a second. How many attacks do you have? Seraph, you have 4 attacks, yes?
5.
5, okay.
I
And-
also have 5.
So, using the same initiative, you guys rolled a what? A 20, right?
Technically, 24.
So, 24, okay, so 24. So, Seraph and Patch. I'm going to do this right. And then I rolled a 10, I think. Yes, I rolled a 10. 24. And you have 5 attacks too, Patch?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys both act on the same initiative, but you're reserving yours for defense, correct?
I can auto dodge, so yeah. I mean, if I can attack also, I will.
Okay. I mean, the only
No,
thing
no,
stopping you
we
from attacking
decided-
is the fact that he's surrounding you with his, and he's doing the offense, you're doing the defense, unless you can do something
That was
else.
the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. I do all plans.
Okay.
Wait, you said that the machines themselves cannot be hacked, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna try to hack the missiles.
Okay. Roll a hacking. It's -20. Now, before you do that, hack the missiles to. What's so? If you hack the missiles, what's the intent?
The intent is to lock onto the other drone.
Alright.
I'm gonna foil I'm gonna foil the FOF on it, and then mark the other drone as a hostile
Okay.
to the missile.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I want to make sure I do this correct. So you guys add.
Also, I read this in the book somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I could take 2 non-combat actions for every one of my regular attack actions.
Where would you have seen that?
I saw that someplace about
That's in combat.
It's in combat in the GM's guide, I think, in either the GM's guide or the Rift's GM's guide.
That's in combat in all the books.
And I do have the optic systems and I have hacking. So if you want me to roll optic systems to make it instead of the hacking, then either way.
Well, by default, you're seeing through my eyes, so you've got the full visual system.
Okay,
rolling.
so I did that wrong as far as the attack. We'll keep it the way it was. You guys get 3 actions before it takes its 1 because of your high initiative.
Right. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
I think I did that right. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying a long burst on it returning fire or taking fire.
Okay.
So that would be average damage times what for long burst again?
Times 5.
Times 5? 55.
5.
No, it's times 8. You're using a machine gun?
The laser rod. I can
okay.
follow standard auto weapon fire rules.
I'm looking at this correctly. Modern weapon combat. Shooting wild. I swear to God, if I ever get the money, I'd hire an Italian hitman, take this guy out, take his company, and just upgrade this shit for modern day.
I don't know, but we can just do it ourselves. Fuck it.
And you know what?
I mean, we have already. Let's just be honest.
All right, so the long burst is going to count as 2 attacks. Now, you guys already took that 1. So this will be your next 2. All right, then it gets its attack, and then you get an attack immediately following that. So this is you attacked it with the long burst. The damage is 1 round times 8.
88.
Okay. And that's on top of the, how much did you did earlier?
11.
11.
Did you roll a 1 for the skill check, or what is that?
I rolled a 1.
Ah, very nice. Okay.
Perfect.
I was just gonna say that's basically the 20 equivalent, the equivalent of a 20. Okay. So he's done. All right. So as you're strafing it, you can see it's hitting the armor plating. You can tell just by your optics, the both of you actually, that it is resistant, but it is still taking damage. Now your hacking roll, you get into the CPU of the missiles. So you're gonna fire them at the other drone, one of the other drones or the other 3. I think there was a total of 4. Yeah.
There's 4 drones.
Yes.
How many are in this field of fire?
There 2 of the 4, 3 of the 4. Wait, this is one of the 4. So 2 of the remaining 3 are within the range of these missiles.
Then I fire at them.
Okay, so roll a strike roll.
And Lou, since we've been closing distance, how close am I to this thing?
Quarter mile away.
Okay.
What's the range of your lasers?
1,800 feet on the laser rod.
Okay, that's about a quarter of a mile, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More or less.
Yeah.
It was a mile is what, the 3,000 feet? 3,000
It's
something.
5,200 and something.
Okay,
feet.
so then a quarter would that you're in that range.
Yeah, he's in.
All right. So,
Nice.
all right. So you send out those missiles.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Die, motherfucker.
That's eyes, motherfucker.
Rude eyes,
Oh,
motherfucker. Hard eyes, motherfucker.
All right, motherfucker.
We're gonna play a game of peekaboo.
No,
All right.
Adolfo, that was just a joke. You don't need to rise.
As those missiles, as they go out to their targets, you still have one other action, Patch, before the drone that's directly ahead of you gets its attack.
Think. What else is around us?
All right.
No, better yet, are there any transformers nearby?
There's overhead power lines. Maybe about there is overhead power lines. Every so often there are a couple of transformers that you do see them. Yeah, they're on your scope. They're not directly below you though.
No, how close are they? Are they close to the drone?
No.
Shit.
The nearest one would be by the Winnebago, and that one's a quarter of a mile to your west, to your right, or west.
What kind of electronics you have, Sheriff?
Electronics as far as what?
What am I looking for? You got radar, right?
Yep.
You got sonar?
Give me a second. Let me make sure. I have full audio, definitely. I've got micro radar. I got radar detection,
That's
so
what this.
if I'm getting pinged, I'm gonna pick it up.
You got micro radar. Okay. It's a radar. I'm gonna use his radar to send up interference so that it gives us to send out targeting interference. So I'm not hacking the drone, but I'm setting up an interference field around us so that I have a penalty to hit us because it still has to lock.
Okay. Of the missiles that you did shoot, I made one roll for defense. I did roll a 20. So, as the missiles are approaching their targets, all of them just shoot them right out of the sky, and all right. Now, this one is with its last remaining missile. It's going to shoot. It's shooting at you guys.
This is what the interference is for.
Mm-hmm. It'll give you a bonus to the roll and actually I'm going to do it with a penalty on this one. So I'll assign it -4 to this roll. So
That misses us. Wait.
No, it does hit you. It is going to hit you. Yes.
Keep hitting that stuff. Where do I keep doing that? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it really does not.
He's like, nope. I don't think so. I need another roll. To quote our departed. All right, so That missile comes at you, and he's just like, nope. You do that 360 spin out of its range, and it just flies. It flies right past. Now, okay, so that was that. You two get your fourth attack. So we'll start with Seraph.
So how much distance have I closed?
You're approximately 800 feet away from it and closing fast.
Okay. Laser cannon instead.
Okay. I missed that. That was an awesome show. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what am I watching? Okay, damage?
18.
Okay. Patch?
What do you need me to roll?
It's your attack. This is your
My
fourth
attack.
This is your fourth attack, yes.
I'm gonna maintain the EM field in the area. To foil their targeting.
Okay. So again, it goes back to okay. It goes back to shooting with the a burst with the minigun. Technically it hits, but yep. All right, you rolled a 1, but it didn't penetrate your armor, so it does hit, and you can feel those impacts of those rounds as they bounce off your armor as you're closing in on one another. This thing, it looks like it's turning itself up. As it's coming towards you, it's turning to its side, and it doesn't have a traditional cockpit. You don't. It doesn't even look big enough for a pilot. If there was a pilot in it, it looked like it would probably be a gnome could fit in this thing. It's approximately 10 feet long and about 7 feet across. This thing is tiny, and but it does pack a wallop. It's turning to its size. As it does, you notice that it's not an electrical field, but it's generating an enormous field of power from its nose as it's coming towards you, and it's turning like almost like in a knife, like it's flattening out and heading directly towards you.
Okay.
So it's on a collision course, actually. So this is its attack. So it's not firing a weapon. It's just going to try to ram you. You still have the field up, so I will do that.
Oh, sir, no.
All right. So as it streaks past you, it's like you twist out of the way, and it flies right past you. It actually you notice that it hit its afterburners, so it was trying to hit you at like Mach speed. As it at that boom, that sonic boom. Flies, that sonic boom effect happens as it flies right past you. It is still heading towards the Winnebago.
Okay.
This time it's low. It's making a downward descent as it's going towards them.
Okay, Lou.
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
But I was saying that when it was reaching that point of moving past me, my last attack would be to literally rip its wing.
Okay.
Just reach out. Just force alone is going to do that. Unless the materials are ridiculous.
You have to make a strike roll.
All right. So let me double check my bonuses real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Save my pimped out chick magnet.
That I doubt. It's like my homobile.
I need someone to throw up a skill book for me real quick.
Okay.
Because
You reach out and you grab it. You do enough to you don't grab it in the sense of it's moving too fast for you to get a handhold on it, but
Right.
you're able to knock it off course where it starts to spin. Like it's you just knock it into a spin and then it hits the ground.
That
And
works just as fine.
yeah.
There's one. Do I see this from the Winnebago?
Yeah, hold on a second. He's like, I think we need to leave now. Okay, so I was coming back to you guys. So for Sage, as you can see these, they're about a mile and a half away from you, but you can see the action from the explosions in the sky. Then one of those figures, because remember it's still nighttime, but there's enough ambient moonlight for you to see their silhouettes. One of them just gets knocked and just falls, drops right out of the sky. About with the speed that it was moving, it lands just in front of that bypass road. As you're driving, it's on the other side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I don't know how I'm describing this, but once it lands, a huge explosion. Anyway, so that you do see that, yes.
Okay, so Vona, make your way to the overpass now.
He's like, what do you think I'm doing?
Vona will call back. Do you know a way to put the speed up higher than the pedal to the floor?
The thing's like.
Just be ready to stop when I tell you.
You want to power it like the Flintstones? You want to give it a try?
Believe me, I could. If I could, I would. We've got some major issues up here. It looks like there's a dog going on in the sky, and one of them chasing us just landed just short of us.
It's not news. That's pretty much been the status quo since we showed up here.
You ain't kidding. All right, so as Vona makes his way to the overpass, I'm gonna gauge it to tell him to stop hard.
Okay.
That way when the Winnebago starts to slow down and stops, it stops just short of going out the other end.
Okay. By the way, Id, as you were driving towards their location, you can see a huge explosion. You can see that mushroom cloud as it flares in the distance, and she's like, "Oh hell no!"
Can you hear me?
You
Yeah, I
sure
can hear
you
you
still
now.
want to come? You still sure you still want to come, Abby?
It's like hurry. He's like, "Hurry the fuck up before I change my mind."
Welcome to World
Something
War
happened-
Oh shit.
All right, I tell the
fuck
driver
is
to
that?
step on it.
Okay.
My computer doesn't want to come back on for some reason.
Oh. Okay. Well, when you get it all set up.
Yeah, I'm on phone though, so I can still play. Fuck
Okay.
that noise.
All right. Hey, I get you. Now, You tell him to stop at the appropriate time when you're trying to get underneath, right? And as soon as you
I'm
get
trying to make it so if they're still chasing and we make it the underpass, that the truck itself stops dead under the overpass.
Okay. You
So
do that.
way,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so that way, whatever's chasing us, if it has a lock on us, the bridge will cover at least for a few seconds. All the more important part is immediately after that, I'm gonna tell him get out of the truck.
Okay.
Okay, so you do realize that you haven't buckled in yet.
Like,
Don't worry about me.
all right. Okay. So you come to that hard stop, and
Vona, get out of the truck now.
I'll get out.
And at Shiori, I'll give her the command to get out of the truck as well.
yeah, she's out.
Okay.
You didn't even have to
Are
tell
you
her.
getting out?
No, didn't have to
Are you
tell her.
getting out of the truck? I need to know.
I already said I got out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go down from the hatch. I'm gonna jam a dagger through the pedal so it can take off. The minute that Winnebago starts to take off, I'm out of the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You do realize that you're gonna have to pay for a lot more than Winnebago, right?
Okay. So he
You need to be alive
he
first.
tells telling you to go out, and you do not know that was his intent, and this isn't a danger sense situation. So when you get out, the dog the wolf. I'm gonna say dog. The wolf follows you out, and then all of a sudden you can hear the engine just kick into high gears, like, and he jumps out. He jumps in his GI Joe Snake Eyes flip. And lands on the ground as the thing just starts taking off down that road. It's a little wobbly at first, but within 30 seconds of leaving that overpass, you don't see the missile because it's moving too fast for you to see. But and I'm just all right. So here we go. Why won't this fucking work? Stupid fucking thing. It's killing me. Okay.
I'm going to guess from our perspective, there's nothing we can do when the missile launches.
No, from now because you're engaged with the one because you were engaged with the one that you were fighting. You were in that dogfight. This happened simultaneously. Your sensors register the explosion, but that's about it. Because of the amount of heat, and you know that it was the Winnebago. You had targeted it. You had it on your radar scope. It stopped on the underpass, and then it stopped for no more than 10 seconds, and then just took off again. And that's when my lovely sound effect finally decided to work. But I think you got the point.
Now look.
Okay.
Yes.
Shiori, stay. Vona, stay out of sight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out of the other side. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen for the engine of the one that gunned us down.
Mm-hmm.
See if it flew past us.
It didn't. Remember, they have a longer range.
Okay, so at that point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out the same side that the Winnebago just went out of, being that it will be on the blind side of the attacker.
Okay. Also, I want to make sure that you understand the impact of that explosion didn't necessarily blow out your ears, but you're hearing the. Woo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I figured that would be as much. But I'm saying it didn't go over us. So
no.
What I'm gonna do is climb up the wall. Well, I'm gonna look for it then.
No, you don't see it. There's not, from where you are, from your vantage point, you look, and from what you can see in front of you, just under as you're poking your head out, trying not to get that the next missile to come your way. You don't see anything in the sky. Just a light from that fireball, and the poor Winnie.
So no gleam on the silhouette or anything,
No,
like it was when the first attack.
nope, not this time.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the original idea. I'm gonna go out the same side that the Winnebago went out, and I'm gonna climb up that wall overhead. And if it is within range, I'm gonna target its missiles again.
Okay. Once you get to the top of the wall. By the way, what are you doing, Vona, besides crying?
Well, once Vona gets over the shock of it, he's gonna say we could have pulled behind this pillar, you know.
Why?
It wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped against the missile.
You're already on top of the wall. This is a conversation between players. But now, are you doing anything else, Vona, besides so that I don't skip you in this sequence?
Not much I really can do. Once the wreckage stops burning, there's some indestructible magic items in there, but
Okay, so now you're just waiting for it to die down, like cling, 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 cling.
oh, also keep in mind that that is one of the most protected magically areas that we had access to.
Oh, no, it was. I'm sure it was. Anyway, all right. So Theory's been waiting long enough. I'm gonna go to Theory for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back to. I'm gonna come back to Morgan.
What?
Is Morgan
Why
still
is your
awake?
battery blinking? Your battery just started blinking on
Oh,
your...
it is. That means my camera's about to die. I don't have the adapter yet, so I'll be turning it off in a few minutes. But and I'll switch out my camera. It's not a big deal. But what you guys are? I'm sorry. So Theory, after the police had shown up, fire and rescue, ambulance, they come around. The detectives that are waiting for that are there sifting through it as you were giving your statement to the patrol officers. The first one that comes to you, one of the officers goes over to him as he's going through, like they put the blankets over the bodies, and you know what? Let me switch my camera really quick, and then we can do this. Take a break. It'll take like 3 minutes. Go pee, do what you got to do. We'll be right back.
You want to hit me back up so I can use the computer again?
Sure. All right, we are back.
Yay.
Yay! I know you're not looking forward to it, but that's all right. Now, theory. I'm gonna make sure to keep my notes.
What?
So one of the detectives, as he's talking with the patrolman who had he hands him over his notepad, and he's looking at it, just like you can see it furrow his brow, and as he's looking at you, and he's talking with the guy, and he comes over to you, he's like, "Mr. Patel, yes? You're muted."
My bad. I thought I was okay. I ask, what's the name of the detective that approaches me?
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's like Patel, right?
Yes.
What? I'm sorry. I'm gonna butcher your first name. Can you say that again for me?
Gavi.
Davi. That's right.
Gavi.
Ba-
Ghavi. Gavi.
Oh.
Like, yeah, sort of like agave, like the syrup, but just not spelled that way, just without the A. So Gavi.
Oh, yep. Of course. My apologies. So, Mr. Patel, I'm Detective Gabriel. I'm Detective Gabriel Riscala, and can you go over this? I know you went with Patrolman Smith over here, but can you go over this one more time, because I'm struggling with it.
I got a call from the front desk security guard. I've telling me that two men that were firemen, or what was it? What were they again? I forgot. They
Fire marshals.
Fire marshals. Sorry, fire marshals need to speak with me about something.
He's
I
like,
have no idea
so
why.
you're talking about Fire Marshal Thompson over there, and what's left of. How did that even happen? I'm. We're pulling the security feeds right now, but I'm trying to understand how a human being turned into a bunch of meatsicles. Icicle meat. I think you understand my point.
Of course. Well, I came downstairs, and as the door was opening, I don't know, something happened where they attacked the front desk clerk, threw him to the ground, did something to him.
He's writing on his pad like, Go ahead.
And the next thing I know, they were rushing towards me. I was a little scared. I don't know what happened. They looked like something changed. I think they changed. Something happened in front of me where they didn't even look like human beings or something. I grabbed the fire extinguisher out of the elevator, right? Because I mean that was the only thing I could find that might prevent them from attacking me. And then when I shot one of them with the fire extinguisher, I don't know, there was some weird chemical reaction to one of them. The other one, there was some kind of like attack on him, and then some funny looking guy out of nowhere just shows up and comes to my rescue.
He said, he's like, sorry, that would be that albino with the scarred up face, yes?
Yeah, and then
an albino, like white hair, white.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No pigment in the skin, nothing.
Yeah, and then he was brandishing some kind of weapon or something, and he, basically found a way to take them both out.
Oh, you say, oh, I'm sorry. Could you lie some more? I'm trying to take this all down. No, I'm just kidding. But he's like, that's. So the guy, the albino, and
then when
you don't need to be a Rhodes Scholar or to do anything. You don't need to go to acting school to know that he is just like all of this is just superficial. You
Right.
can tell that from the way his eyes are moving, like he's, as you're talking and he's writing, he's like, everything you're saying, it's kooky talk. You can see.
Right.
All right. So these guys, these fire marshals, they came to see you.
I have a question for you, Lou.
Yeah.
Now, do they no longer look like the creatures? They now look like people?
No. The other one is still a bloody mess, and then he's a burnt, crispy, skinless mess, and then you have the meatsicles. So there's no reversion back from that.
So they didn't change their form from what? Okay. I basically described the fact that they didn't look human to me anymore, and I don't know what happened, but the guy did something and found a way to stop him. I was scared for my life.
I would imagine so, but why exactly did they come to see you?
I don't know the answer. I do not know the answer to that question. There was an incident at the museum I worked at earlier.
So that was your museum.
Yeah, something happened there.
Are you an employee there, or?
Yeah, I work. I am the head archaeologist.
So you don't know what you are at the museum, sir?
Yeah, I'm the head curator at the museum. Yes.
Arrest him. Okay.
And
Man,
one of our exhibits. Yeah, right. I'm not black enough. I'm Indian. So I just said like one of our exhibits were stolen by I don't know what, but whatever it was, it killed 2 of the security guards at my work.
What do you mean? What do you mean it? Like one of these things?
I don't know what it was. It was something. I've never encountered anything. I'm from New York. We get enough weirdness, but I don't know what kind of weirdness LA has, but this is way more weird than I'm used to.
I'd imagine.
So whatever's going on here,
Okay. So, I know you've already gone over this, but the thing at the museum that stole it, like, can you walk me through that? What exactly did it steal?
Some kind of mirror with something in it, with an item in it. I didn't get a chance to categorize what it is. I spoke to my assistant earlier in the evening, and apparently the item belongs to Genevieve Simmons.
Wait,
so
what do you mean, like that? The oil lady?
Fuck you, Lou.
The rich lady?
I heard that. Thank you, Mike. I'll take that as a compliment. Now, so you say, wait. So the billionaire oil lady, that Simmons?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
You guess or you know?
I mean, that's what I was told. I mean, I've never dealt with her myself personally. My assistant spoke with her. I mean, there's so many rich people in the world. Like, she's famous, but I really don't pay attention to her like that. But yeah.
Okay.
Her.
Boy.
She like Elon Musk. Is she like Elon Musk rich or like
no,
like Mark Zuckerberg rich?
No, I from what I understand, those guys are like entry level rich compared to her.
Whoa!
But
she like old money or like self made.
I mean, I don't really run in those circles, but from
neither
what
do I. That's
what
why
I understand,
I don't know.
From what I understand, she's loaded.
Okay.
You didn't hear about that bounty she took out? She literally went on TV. Like he puts his pad down. She literally went on TV and offered $15 million for this group this like insurgent group that had kidnapped one of her nieces. Now she
No.
can, yeah, we're talking what is like 90 to 105 million dollars for 5-6 guys,
How long
and she
ago
was
was
okay
this?
with that.
How long ago was
It's like a couple months ago.
Huh. I've only been here for a short time. Is she located in Los Angeles or somewhere else? Because these rich people, they don't live in like normal places. They live in like Dubai proper or something.
Well, yeah. So, as far as I understand, as far as I know, I know her. She got family here and and business. She's connected here. I don't know that she lives here.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she lives out in New York, but that's a different thing altogether. I'm just trying to piece this together. So when we get those tapes, we're going to be able to verify your story. Not that I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth. I'm just this is a bit much. Okay, so you have two guys working the entire life for the LAFD, and now all of a sudden there's some rage monsters that burst into me. What the fuck? As he looks.
I'm sorry for their family. I really don't know what would have happened.
What
was the name of I'm sorry, Lou. What was the name of the front desk clerk that called me?
Oh, I don't remember, but let's just call him
yeah.
Oscar.
Yeah, like and the fact that they attacked, my doorman. That's horrible.
As you're talking, he's moving towards the elevator. He's like, "What the fuck is?" So what the hell's that? What's going on here? So one of the CSI, who's in a hazmat suit, he stands up and moves away. So as you were talking, he just walks away. He didn't even he's like, what? He's looking at it, he's like, what the fuck? And he walks away as you're trying to explain, and then you follow him, following him and his gaze as he's looking as the pile of ice, it seems to be melting faster than it should, because you did convert it to liquid nitrogen. Mm-hmm. So you can see these whiffs of steam as they come off of this thing, and it's just it's dissolving. He's like, should we be in this building? The CSI is just like, he's freaking out and has no answer. So the detective Escala, he's just like, all right, everybody out now. And from the other sheet that they had covered the Hulk, mm-hmm. You can see the same thing. Like the sheet is soaked in red, and it's mostly it's pinkish. It's not necessarily red with blood, but you can see it's just in certain spots it's just lowering like to the ground, and a puddle underneath it's starting to move outwards from underneath the blanket. He's like, nobody touch this! Nobody touch this! Get out, everybody! You too! He says, you too, Doc. Need you out of here.
Okay, I get out of here. I follow them. I'm still in civilian, guys.
He's like, oh my god!
Stop with the Apu! I'm fucking American.
All right. So you get out of the lobby, and right. I'm gonna need you to roll perception.
Okay. 14.
Okay. As you're walking out and just shuffling along with everyone that was in that lobby, across the street there is a crowd gathered, but one of them stands out, and it's a woman. She looks like she's in her mid-50s, but her face, there's something wrong with her face, and it looks similar to the way the marshals looked. Like everyone else is concerned, but she's stoic. She has her head down, and she's just looking at you from the top of her brow, and just burning a hole in you.
Okay. So, I noticed that, but I don't make eye contact with her.
She's across the street, so we're talking about 50 feet away.
Right. So, I'm like, okay. So I make a mental note who that is. So if I'm attacked again, whatever it is. But I guess let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Okay. I mean, they
I'm
could if
kidding.
you like.
I'm kidding. I don't want to. I don't like killing people. But
No. But that just seems to be what you're good at.
I'm not. I wasn't killing anybody. What are you talking about?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
He was just conducting cryogenic
Damn,
experiments.
damn, that cold.
I didn't kill those security guards, and I didn't kill these people.
Okay, so
Come
the technicians, everyone had finally evacuated out of the building. They're you guys seen Attack on Titan, right? So it has the similar. It's similar in the way that the bodies dissolve. There's a huge, there's a wisp of steam that had come out. You had noticed that the temperature in the lobby had raised as these things were melting. The only reason why it didn't get to a semi-boiling point because you had literally froze one solid. So the glass that was the front of the lobby, the glass wall. That just steams. That completely steams up, so you can't even see inside. Now.
Oh, how long did it take for the law enforcement everybody to show up?
10 minutes, less than about 7 minutes.
Okay.
So
There's I think I forgot to roll to see how long the copper floor.
Mm-hmm. It had reverted back. I know we
okay.
talked about it was like what a minute or so.
Yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to. It wasn't meant to be permanent anyway because we were just using it to fry, make fried crispy, whatever that dude was.
Right.
All right.
A Hulk snacks. Okay. Now, so the detective makes his way over to you. He's like, all right, so that was weird.
Very. You see what I'm saying? What's going on in California?
It's like, yeah, that's. How long have you been here?
Just a couple of months. I just moved from New York.
Huh.
This is new. I've never had anything like this going on. I don't know what's going on.
All right. The is you pick up on that So he's writing. He's like, okay, so your museum, it gets hit. People are dead. Then people are dead at your place of your residence. I don't know. This seems more than coincidental, don't you think, Doc?
Yeah, but
who are you hiding in your apartment? No, I'm just kidding.
my younger sister. She's single and young, so you're interested.
Wait, what are you trying to do? You trying to get me up on charges? What the hell?
No, she's adult. She's an adult.
No, all right. So foregoing that, all right.
13 is considered an adult in his area.
All right, enough. That's I do not condone that, by the way. Now,
he's 22.
He's that I want to go back to that albino. Did you see anybody that matched that description?
There's some homeless guy I helped out earlier.
So you've seen him?
Pants. Yeah, he had no pants. So I, drove him somewhere so he could go get some pants, and I dropped him off. After that, I left.
You drove him somewhere to get some pants at this time of night?
Yeah. There's like a Salvation Army around here somewhere.
Huh. Arrest him. No. All right. Did he give you a name?
No.
Did he tell you if he's from an alternate dimension and he can cast magic?
Absolutely.
Okay. He didn't give you a name.
No, I don't know. I didn't know what his name was. I gave him a couple of dollars. We went to like a Walmart and then got him some pants.
Okay, so walk me. Hold on for one
came
second.
home.
I don't mean to interrupt you again, but so right outside your museum that had just been vandalized, practically destroyed, people are dead. You decide you're going to pick up a homeless albino with no pants.
You
and
make
then-
it sound like I was trying to solicit him.
I-
What kind of weird weirdo do you think I am? I'm old. Like I said, a lot of stuff happens in New York. I don't know what's going on in LA, but you know, they as much as they were trying to tell us New Yorkers are rude, no, we try to like at least show some kind of good human decency. So this guy didn't have any pants.
Good human
Whatever.
decency from New York City. What
Yes.
part? Upstate?
Yes.
I've been to New York.
I'm in Manhattan. Yeah. How long did you stay there? I
how
lived
many,
there.
How
Born and raised.
how many homeless albinos are in New York City that you reach out?
I don't
and
keep
help
count on albinos.
Okay, so like I just want to be clear here. I'm just trying to get the facts.
Yes.
Okay. And as I see it, everything that's happened in the last 5 hours, you're directly in the middle of somehow. Now,
I don't know why.
Who this? Well, it's your apartment building, your museum. I mean, the only common denominator is you. Everybody else is dead.
Yes, that's clear. But there's
Now-
nothing I've told you that has been a lie.
I didn't say that, Doc.
All right.
Never accused you of lying.
Just omission.
It's like, you're really bad at this, aren't you? Now,
What? Telling the truth?
so he's
I'm not.
just like,
I don't.
okay,
I don't have to speak to police officers often, so
uh,
this is a first for me. I don't.
okay. So let's circle back to the albino. Where exactly did you leave him when you got him the pants?
He just told me to leave him on the side of the road somewhere, and then I came home.
Do you have an approximate location?
No. I'm still new to LA.
Okay.
Vine and something.
If you had to guess, in which direction and about how far?
I point like left and say about 2 miles up.
Okay. He writes that down. And he never gave you his name. You just picked up the albino from by your museum with no pants, got him pants, dropped him off 2 miles away from your place of residence, and now I have an eyewitness that places this albino in your lobby. And we still haven't gotten the security feed, so kind of hoping that if your story doesn't match, I can get a better one.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? I possess magical powers, and I found this alien coming out of a wall in the alley behind me. He just happens to be a albino with no pants. He saved me from some shadow beings. Next thing I know, I bring him back to my apartment, right? He tells me his name is F or something, and then I get called downstairs, and these guys attack me, and then he kills them. Does that make more sense to you?
Well, it makes a hell of a lot more sense than the story you gave me before. I guess it could be true. He reaches into his lapel and he's just like, "I'll be in touch," and he walks away.
Thanks.
Arrest him. Okay. All right. So, there's a hazmat team that had arrived while you were being semi-interrogated. They go in with their equipment. After about 30 minutes, they come out and give the all clear. They've cordoned off. They cordoned off the sections and tell everyone to go through a side staircase to get to the elevators and not to go to the first floor. The area that they cordoned off, they taped up They use ladders to tape off the area with like a clear cellophane to keep anyone from going in that area.
Right. As all that's happening, I have my phone on me, right?
Yeah.
My phone on me.
Mhm.
All right. I text my sister. That's staying with me.
Okay,
Amory,
so the whole
don't come home tonight.
Okay, so it's like K. Everything okay?
I'll explain later.
So KK and that's it, and nothing else after that.
That's fine.
Okay.
You see, sis, I have a naked albino in my apartment. Do not come home.
All right. You get back up to your place, and obviously D is there, and he's staring out the window like this is. You can tell this is all very new to him. You can see his.
Oh, before I go upstairs,
Yeah.
is that chick that was burning a hole in me still outside before I go back in, or she gone from the crowd?
No, she's still there.
Okay.
Roll perception.
Nope.
He was like, So he's just staring at you like.
I'll be like, something on my teeth. All right, so I go back upstairs. As I'm walking up the stairs, I'm Googling. I'm going on my phone and I'm Googling Harmon Industries.
Okay, so you come to their corporate webpage. Mostly textile manufacturing, overseas shipping, and they have international freight. So they're a multinational.
All right. All right.
So I'm gonna talk to. I will use D's voice. Duh. What happened? No, that's not how he talks. That's wrong. Say so. Basically, what happened?
I think I try to deflect them off the scent of what happened as much as possible, but I just basically told them the truth, that you came and saved my life, really. And we saved each other's lives, but
I literally told him the truth. He didn't believe me.
Right. And sometimes that's the best way to go. I just made it seem that you and I weren't connected, so they don't know that you're in that. They don't know you're in the building. Something's fishy. I think those people, those fire marshals were possessed or something. I don't know what happened. And then I saw some other woman outside giving me the stare of death while everybody else was onlooking. I don't know what's happening. I really don't.
Okay.
But there's a lot of mysteries going on, and I have to figure this shit out. I won't know anything until the morning. So the best thing I could tell you is get some sleep. If you sleep, I don't know. And I'll take care. I gotta figure this stuff out in the morning.
Okay.
So, but I'm glad that I know we're new friends, but I'm glad you have my back. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here.
This is again taking some liberties.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to stop what's about to come, and I need to find someone.
Well, just know you have an ally in me.
We've turned Disney now? You have a friend in me?
Yeah, that I didn't want to say. So it's just like, he says name.
Hakuna Matata.
Says the name is strange, but I was forced to memorize it. It's like Cornwallis. Do you know of him?
No. Is there? That's a last name, a first name, or what? I don't know.
It is the only name.
You missed by a few centuries.
Hmm.
I got
Yeah,
that.
I don't.
got
I
the
don't know.
reference.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I
I don't
must.
know who that is.
I have to find this person.
Okay. I don't know who he is. Like
Will you help?
just like you, I'm new to the area.
It's like,
So
oh, so the GM
I
partnered
would-
me with someone who is completely useless now.
so I don't know. I don't know who
And a liar.
Wallace.
Somebody to Walmart in
Oh
the
my God,
Salvation
you
Army
would fold
on a
under
trip.
pressure. Okay. Let's see. He said, I have to find him. Find this person. I need your help. I don't know this place.
I type in the name Cornwallis, in the directory on my phone. Like I'm just basically Googling like.
Well,
Do you have a name?
Cornwallis you come up with is the general from early American Revolution. So that's the first one that comes up.
Okay.
I can't remember his actual name, but I know his last name is Cornwallis, or if that was his first name.
All right. I mean,
Charles Cornwallis.
I look up. You know what? What time is it? What time at night is it right now? Or in the morning?
It's approximately 2 a.m.
I look. It's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna get some sleep first because I gotta go to work in the morning and deal with what the other thing that happened. I need to crash. I can't think right now. I'm gonna get some sleep.
It's like, yeah, I can tell you were a horrible liar down there.
Yeah, and then when everything is said and done, we'll tackle everything tomorrow. But all right, Cornwallis, you gotta find him, and that's it. All right. But look, D, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you in the morning.
So he's just like, okay.
Let's have it talk.
So he just sits back down on the couch, just
All right.
staring out the window.
Okay. And I go to bed. but I'm Googling, like I'm looking up what I'm gonna also do is I'm gonna use my my lore magic, I think. Hold on, let me make sure I know what my skills are.
Hold on for 1 second. Spank, are you still awake?
Yes.
Okay. Does your character have a digital footprint?
No.
Okay. I'm giving that. I'm asking that question because of your class. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Wait, I thought I had that. Hold on. Research record. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna use my lore magic to see if I can because I actually have a bookcase. I'm gonna just say I have a bookcase of once I got involved with all this shit, I have a bookcase of different things about magic or whatever that I keep in the house just for books, just to see, and it's stuff that like most people are like, it's ideas of what people think are out there, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like in Stranger Things when they were like, hey, it's the such and such, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my lore magic skill and see if I can find out what those things were that might have attacked me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have to roll a percentage, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I got a 14.
You rolled 2d10 instead of 1d100.
Oh, damn it. Thank you.
You're too used to rolling 2d10.
Yes. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, I got it. My lore magic is 63.
Okay.
So
there are several possibilities of what they could have been.
okay.
There wasn't enough for you to fully gauge. They didn't give you enough in order to distinguish them.
Okay.
So there were a number of different type of entities that could have possessed their bodies.
Okay.
And since that was your first ever encounter,
Right.
and you're not, even though you have the lore, this is how I look at lore magic. If you're not magically inclined specifically, you have a tertiary understanding of it. You can study it, but to be able to suss out specific things based on your encounters, you would need to encounter it more
Gotcha.
to get different characteristics out of it.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll start researching that stuff over the next couple of days. I mean, unless because I run into them again, and I'll just start taking notes about. I'll just start making notes about what they looked like, what they did, stuff like that, and I just go through my books and see if there's anything that jumps out. I know it's going to take a while, so I'm not really. I know it's not going to be like aha, and it's on page 872. I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
So, and then at some point I get listless and I pass out until my alarm goes off.
Okay. Morgan, 50-mile drive. Agents are dead silent. Are you doing anything in that time frame? He must have got out of bed. You think? Are you there, Morgan? You know, I've been working on something that might help with this particular case here, so.
Morgan, when nappy time.
I'm gonna...
He's horrible.
No, he got bored.
Yeah, that's about right. There we go. This is a song I wrote just for Morgan. I've just been waiting to bust this one out. Hopefully it'll play, but it doesn't look like it's going to fucking play. In any event, so what we'll do is I'm going to get some final thoughts from everybody before we shut this down. And we still have some active engagements. And I just dropped my mouse. Give me a sec. All right. What the fuck? There we go. This is a minute. Give me a minute. But we're waiting for you. Get online. Your microphone's on mute. Hey, bud. You're holding up the show. If you don't go, we'll move on from you. Hurry the hell up. This game doesn't revolve around you. Hurry the hell up. You know, it took me a while to record this. You will force me to replace you. Hurry up, please. Sorry. Anyway.
That's clever.
You are no good.
I got problems. I know. Anyway, now I'm going to come back around to the main group, which would consist of Pat, Seraph, Sage, Vona, and Id. While Vona is crying desperately to see if he can salvage anything from the burning, flaming wreckage. By the way, the explosion sent your Winnie in every direction. You do understand that. Just want to make sure that you understand that it wasn't a centralized boom and everything stood in one spot. Okay? So recovering items is going to take some time. That's number one. But number two, you guys don't even know if this is the end. Now, Patch, Sage had went up to the top of the overpass, to the footbridge, which is what I've been trying to say, to the footbridge. So he's out of sight. That leaves you, and that's it. You're by yourself. What are you? You said you weren't doing anything. I just want to make sure that if you have any ideas or that I hear you out, and then we can get that into play.
Well, having had more experience with the things that we're fighting.
Mm-hmm. Wait, but you actually weren't fighting anything. You were fighting literal things, but that wasn't the thing you're fighting now. The thing you were fighting now was shooting you from a distance, which, by the way, is amazing. I've been watching a lot of drone strikes lately for some reason.
Gee, I wonder why.
Those things are freaking crazy.
I'm gonna see if I can narrow down some potential weaknesses that we can use against these things based on my the big hulky ones, right?
Okay.
That we've had.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Being that I've got more experience flailing helplessly against them.
Okay, so the most glaring is that they're slow. However, they make up for that by utilizing the environment to knock a blue guy off the roof. So that's the first thing that you know right off the bat.
They don't go squishy first.
They are intelligent. They have tactics, but for the most part, it's brute force. The bodies that they inhabit, they alter, obviously. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying to Theory in that you can try to whittle them down, but you need more information from them. What you got could be any number. This is one of the things that GMs do too easily. Give you guys way too much information up front from one encounter. Now, you have encountered them a couple of times, but each encounter was similar, so there's very little that you can suss out, that you can pull out that would differentiate them from something else. You would need more information. I'm sorry? You said speak for myself.
For yourself.
Okay.
You know, first you're cursing me out for the name of a lady, and now, geez, man. Anyway, so
yeah. Now, having done that part of it.
Yep.
The next part of it is like combining like my regular brain, my capability of thinking things through.
Mm-hmm.
With my magical abilities, I'm actually going to take out my tarot cards, and it should take about 2 minutes to shuffle them and get them ready to use.
Okay. And
see if I can pinpoint a source of something that we could use against them.
Okay. Do you? Is that something that you would need to make a roll for? Or
I would need that's more story driven, but it also gives you an opportunity to not let me do that because, like I said, it takes about 2 minutes, and we're still potentially under attack. I'm just kind of hiding.
I mean, listen, I understand that your Winnie got blown up, but just so that we're clear, I didn't put it in drive. From the underpass, from the overpass.
I know who did it. I know who done did it.
And I'll do it again.
The FBI will be getting.
Yeah, he's the same guy. This is coming from the same guy who lights the tar that was created on fire.
Oh, here we
Listen,
go.
that tar should have never been there had you died. So
Anyway,
Yeah, so like
And that's Lou's fault.
yeah, the FBI is going to be getting a bill for some frankincense and myrrh, which is quite pricey.
okay. Now,
Yeah,
That
just like-
that is the sanctifying ceremony, right?
what?
It's got to be like the next one's got to be sanctified. In addition to like the supplies and the cart.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, what is he talking
Yeah.
about? I
Yeah.
get you now.
yeah,
okay.
the bill is going to include some extra costs.
It's gonna be quite chunky.
Inflated, in other words. You lying
It's
gypsy.
like 1976. What are you talking about? That was a 2021 Winnebago.
Actually, I did state when I joined the game, it was a 95.
Okay, I say 78. You say 95. I don't see the difference. But anyway, a Winnie's a Winnie. Now,
The difference is about 50% of the price tag.
I get it. I understand appreciation. Now you bust out your tarot cards. They're you can't help but let your tears just fall on a couple as you're laying them out. The ritual itself, you've performed it a number of times. All evidence that you're seeing, it triggers it doesn't necessarily trigger a full-blown vision or anything like that, but there is doom on the horizon, and it's a celestial event that you're looking at. There's one of your friends is at the center of it, and another is going to be led astray. That's what it says. That's what you're reading out of this.
It might help if I kind of put out like what my out of character motivation is for my in character stuff.
Sure.
I'm trying to give like a reason to push us to go into a meeting with Theory and D.
Yeah.
So like I'm searching for a source of something we can use to help fight this evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since he's sent here too, hey, there's a new player in the game. Right?
Yeah, don't worry about it. He's got that covered.
It's coming. So you the cards give you those two bits of information, and there's a centralized focus on something from the other world, something from another world that's come, but it doesn't. It could the way the cards are reading, it could be either a friend or a foe.
All right.
Okay. There's a slight elation as you're doing this. You can feel yourself like just shifting in and out of that trance-like state, and as you're trying to gather what this means to you, as you're trying to figure how this is relating to you, and knowing your motivations to try to get to the bottom of this, trying to solve this mystery and defeat this impending doom that's coming, you happen to look up, and in the flames you can see this figure. He has this cloak, this hooded cloak. That is the hood is down. The cloak is it drapes him. He's wearing this. It looks like an ancient, like a mix of an ancient Romani leather armor that you've seen in books, and there was a replica that you were able to look at and touch and see how it was made. But this one it's ornate. It has a lot of different symbols, not symbols, but it's like it's carved into the leather, this intricate pattern, and the face is the face of D. You see that face of the picture that I put up there? That's the face that you see. and then you snap back into your consciousness. You blink, and you realize you've been staring into a bright firelight for like the last 3 minutes. So as soon as you move your eye, you know how you get those white splotches.
Yeah.
You're just like, holy shit, what the fuck? These fucking cards. I gotta stop doing crystal. Anyway, so that's what happens. That's where you are right now. Id, you see you're getting to this point where you can get to that overpass. You see the Winnebago in the distance, and she's just like, there it is, and then it takes off. It goes under the underpass, the footbridge, right? It goes underneath it, and then you can see it come out of the other end. Like 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds later, it just speeds off, and then out of nowhere, it just explodes. You don't see the missile, because again, missile's too fast, but you do see the explosion. And she's like, holy fucking shit! You hit the brakes, and you come to a stop right at the corner. You're about 25 yards, not from the explosion, but from the footbridge from where they came out of. Roll perception if you are still conscious. Don't make me play the song again. 3. Holy shit.
Again. She can roll.
Yes.
Terrible.
I'm doing that now.
He's a psychic. What do you expect?
He's like, I just see things in the distance.
I don't know why psychics don't have a perception bonus.
That's
Some do.
Absorbed.
Some do.
Because you didn't choose those abilities.
Hey.
Okay. So you just like, you guys are still in the car, and she's just like, is that? She's looking up. You follow her. You look at her, and you follow her gaze, and she's looking at, she's looking at Sage, just looking over the edge of that overpass, like, just looking around, like he's looking for hawks, like he's a ground squirrel looking at, making sure that there's no hawks that are about to snatch his ass up.
I yell up to Sage, what the fuck, man?
That startles you. It's like, what? Little poop come out. You can over the roar of that fire and the ringing of your ears. You hear, what the fuck? Turn to the sound. You can see Id and Abby. They're both standing. Both their car doors, both their doors are open. They're just standing there like,
Damn.
what was that for?
That was to see if I did perceive him saying some shit.
Yeah, you got it. He could barely.
Fuck.
It's barely perceptible, but you heard him.
So I look over in the direction of the stupid sound.
All right, and you can see a black detective and his white partner, his white redheaded partner, just like.
So I'm looking for an oncoming attack because that drone is still around.
You don't see anything. Dark skies, barely enough light, moonlight. Plus, now you're in a more lit area, so it counteracts the ambient lighting. That's that light pollution from the city, man. Not to mention, there's a giant blazing fire from that poor Winnebago that you sacrificed.
So I guess make our way then to the car.
You can't
Tell
say
these-
you can't say our. You can say you. You
I'm
and your puppy.
I'm gonna come down and I'm gonna let Vona know. Let's go.
Okay, you see Vona. He has his cards out. He looks like he's playing. Solitaire. But you recognize as you get closer, you recognize the tarot, and he seems to be in a trance. When you walk up to him, this is at the point where he's staring at the fire. He has his cards in his hand, and he's staring intently at that fire.
So
To the point where he just... I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I'm gonna do is give the command to Shiori to follow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna snap him up along with his cards and just make a beeline for the
Okay.
car.
just as you're coming to grab him, then he's just like, what the? As when he's clearing the light globules from his eyes.
Come on, we gotta go.
I'll turn to him and tell him if some of the stuff that was in there falls into their hands, we can pack it in now, because they'll be able to find us no matter what we do. And trust me, they
We
survived.
can't wait out here. Well, all I did was buy us time, but we're in a completely vulnerable position. Even though you say that Winnebago would have offered some protection, believe me, those missiles, I don't know how many it hit. If it was just
No, you don't understand. And like, if they get a hold
this
of
is my job. Believe me, Vona, I do this for a living. We need to get out of here now. We can come back later.
those items can't be destroyed, and they can be used to pull us out of
Can
any
you jump
sanctuary.
into the fire right now, the way it's burning?
No, but
Okay, then. So it's useless right now.
If we let them get a hold of those things, then we might as well jump into the fire now.
They're drones. They're not going to go and pick anything up. Right now, their main focus is you. We need to get you safe. We'll worry about that later. Listen, I know that there's important things in there for you. I know that there are things that'll help you out, but right now we can't get to that. We need to get out here now. There's no drones coming after us.
Where is it? Okay.
Do it.
Do it. Come on.
All right. If this functions, like, he's going to realize that by leaving that there's nowhere we could run where they couldn't just get to us right away.
I'd like to point out that Id is down by the burning wreckage.
You can hear the sirens.
And
coming.
I'll walk up. I'll walk up to Id and ask him if he can use telekinesis. He has telekinesis.
It is listening in on y'all, so yeah, he's gonna respond.
sure
to
you-
you.
sure you-
Damn.
I'm sure you guys can hear the
Okay.
sirens
Okay. I'm
as
gonna
they're coming.
I'm gonna tell him to check the auras. He should be able to find a couple of magical items in there. One is an incense burner and one is a crystal ball. And they need to go with us. If they don't, there's nowhere we can run where this doesn't happen to us.
Okay, I am going to try to reach out. with
Al,
my
did you roll for
telekinesis
both?
To
So Abby's like, "What?" She grabs you. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Do you hear what's coming? We can't be here."
I tell her, give me a second. I reach out with my telekinesis to try to find the items that he's.
All right,
Talk
this is
about
going to be a real shot in the dark. So, roll your perception. The score you're going to need to beat an 18.
Ooh. Ah. I thought it was a 19 for a second.
Okay, so you reach out telekinetically, and there's really nothing. There's nothing for you to feel. You don't. What he's asking you to find is a needle in a haystack that's on fire.
I'll tell him, like I said, you need to look for the auras. You can't just reach out blindly.
I don't know that he can do that.
Yeah, I don't have CO. Actually, I think I should be able to do it if I astral project, but I ain't got time for that.
So you can see the lights and the sirens in the distance.
Your body moves at like
There's
I'm
your
gonna.
body moves at the speed of sound in astral form.
okay. All right, there.
Yeah, but I
I
still gotta
realize there's
meditate.
like 17 GMs here. I'm okay with that, but he still has to take the action either way.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna turn on my see aura and try and guide him with the direction he needs to get it to. Like
Okay.
where the items are. Exactly.
All right, so I'm waiting for you to give me a suggestion or what, because I missed your roll.
Wait, I don't understand. What are you talking about?
I
He's doing
basically
it on
use
a suggestion.
I used hypnotic suggestion on Crimson Sage
Ah,
to let him know like the seriousness of he
did you?
can't protect me if they get their hands on what's in that.
That was a
wreckage right
waste.
now.
That was a waste because I already know how dangerous it can be. But right now, we cannot get to the physical items, and we're in danger at the moment. Immediate danger. That's what you don't understand.
Yeah, but what he's impressing on you, what I'm impressing on your character, is that whether or not
Okay,
They
you're not
leave
understanding
now.
my character, though. You're not understanding what I'm trying to get through to you, Vona. I get the importance of your items, that they can locate us. But can you physically get inside the damn fire? No. So if we can't locate them, right now we're easy targets for the fucking missiles.
Okay,
And
so as one of the fire truck, one of the fire trucks that's coming
Okay,
from
wait,
your
hold up, hold
north.
up.
It's hold on for a second. It's coming from the other side of that fire, so it's coming from ahead of you towards you. Okay, that's the best way that I can describe it. So as it's approaching.
Look, we can just leave the immediate area, let them do their work, and we can then take it from them later.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if you heard that, but it gets hit and explodes.
Oh, fuck. See what I mean?
Anyway, like literally, I had an interjection for this. Like because of the hypnotic suggestion, he would have to roll a save versus psychic to keep his same priority, and in order to protest that way.
Which
No,
you,
not if it's something against what I do normally. It's an automatic fail. And this is what I do for a job. I monster hunt. That's my dedicated work. So I understand the principle behind what you're telling me, but right now we're in immediate danger. We're targeted.
Yeah.
So that's my priority, is saving our asses.
All
To-
right, so like,
Position.
so for the out of character thing, like if they have those things, it's not just they can find me; they can attack me directly with those items.
I get that.
okay, so again, I'm laying this out so this is how it's going to end for you guys. So Seraph and Patch are going to be my last two, but for you three, or for you four, as you're trying to gather yourselves to figure out what you're doing and your insistence on getting into the flame, what are you doing before the
Anyway,
Hold on for a second. Id, you were going to astral project, yes? Or no?
If he's
So,
going to
I-
guide me, there's no need to astral project. I was
Yeah.
going to jump in the car and drive off and then astral project, but there's no need to do that if he's going to guide.
Okay.
yeah. So I turned on my sea aura.
Mm-hmm. What's
So
the
that I
range?
could-
What's the range of the sea aura? I think you posted it, right?
60 feet.
60
Mhm.
feet.
Yeah, 60
Okay.
feet.
Hold on for a second.
Now, is this before or after the fire truck exploded?
It would be before.
Oh. And I get what you want to do, Gabe. I believe me, I understand. But my character's priority right now is saving your ass, and the fact
Wait,
that
who?
we're
Okay.
Hey, Lou,
Yes.
with all their conversation and searching, I mean, how much time has passed now?
I mean, in our time, a lot has passed, but in the frame of the characters, literal couple, maybe 2 minutes. A lot of time has
Right.
not passed.
So after the missile that fires at the Winnebago, I
Mhm.
mean, we should have time to do something.
Yeah, so I'm going to come back to you guys because it depending on what you're doing, if you have anything you want to interject in on their behalf, you're in the area with your flight speed. You can get to them relatively quickly. So
Right,
was there
so-
anything else that you guys were going to do?
Well, yeah, if there's going to be another missile fired after the first one,
Mm-hmm.
at a civilian vehicle with people in it, I'm going to do something automatically. That's I'm going to.
Okay.
I have to.
So
So I'm gonna shoot it out
missile
of the
you can definitely see the missile as it was launched. At its rate of velocity, at its speed, it'll get there within 15 seconds. So you have
Right,
literally
so-
one action to take.
Right.
Both
So
of
I would
us?
shoot.
Yeah, I mean you're literally together, so you both have an action. So let's
I
start
would
with
just-
Seraph.
Yeah, I would just laser it. Straight up.
Okay, so you would need to. That's a called shot, and it's to hit a missile. What is the penalty for that? Is there a penalty for that? No. Sick.
Would it be the same call shot?
Right, but
I mean,
it's
I'm accurately tracking it on radar.
yeah. Okay, so roll a natural 20, not a natural. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hate.
Okay, so with that, okay, so you actually saved the fire truck there, but the explosion is there, in midair. You guys hear it. You know you feel the heat from it. That's how close it came. Now we go back to where you guys were arguing, and you did see aura in that flame. The one thing that you do see is your crystal ball. You can see the aura of it. It's like in the center, dead center of where the fire is still burning.
Okay. I'll let Id know exactly where that's at.
All right, Id, I'm gonna need you to make a perception roll, but it's gonna be at a lower threshold. You need a 10 or better.
I don't think that's gonna matter, but
Jesus
How?
Christ!
Wow.
there's no way that happened
Wow.
twice.
I just want
You know what
everybody
it
to
is?
know
He's
I
got
didn't
cataracts.
do it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. And
He's
I'm,
got magical cataracts.
Hold on,
I'm paying for these
I'm
rolls.
gonna test something. Real
so
quick.
he reaches out.
Oh, now that
he reaches out and he pulls at at this piece of flaming, like a side panel from your bumper, and he pulls it towards, and you realize immediately once you're pulling it, that it's not it, because the crystal ball is not on fire. So you grab the wrong thing. So now your difficulty is going to jump. All this is costing you time. I just want you guys to understand these rolls are costing you time. Not minutes, but you understand what I'm getting at. So your next perception check is going to be a 12 or better.
one last time before we bounce out of here. Woo!
Okay. So finally, you feel something, you grab it, and you pull it towards you. As the fire trucks finally get into position and they start, they get to the hydrants, they start to spray the hoses. There's cops
Wait a
coming
minute.
in from the other direction.
The fire trucks continue on their way even after the explosion of the missiles overhead?
Well, it was overhead, but there's still a fire there. And where are they going? So I'm not saying that they're super, super dedicated, but that either way, there's no space for them to make a U-turn. They have to keep going because the median won't allow them to.
They're like that dedicated cop in Justice League. Everybody else got their ass beat. That one cop with his gun.
He's just standing. That's Jimmy Olsen, son. He was moonlighting.
Wow.
Yeah. So for the purposes, like the missile didn't explode directly overhead because it was coming at an angle. So it would have exploded in away from where you guys are. But it's a missile, and he still it still detonated it. So I've seen those Sidewinder missiles in drone strikes destroy buildings. So yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but that still doesn't take away from their jobs. That's kind of the job. They're braver than we are, fellas. This is what they do.
Yeah, they run into burning buildings.
They run into burning buildings. Now,
On
he
purpose.
finally pulls. He pulls your crystal ball. It is extraordinarily hot because it's been sitting in fire this whole time. Now you have it. So what exactly are you guys going to do? So even Abby's like, okay, you got your fucking crystal ball. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Can we get the fuck out of here? Before we get hit by another goddamn missile. They're shooting missiles.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right, we gotta stay nearby because there's still one more thing we need. But let's hide. Let's do hide.
Where?
All right, that's something for the next game. Now, for Patch and Seraph, once you intercept that missile, you can see the drone. It takes a weird angle because of its size. It has superior maneuverability, and it takes off away from you guys. You can see the small engines just go white, blue, hot, and it just takes off. It's not necessarily like a hyperspace move, but you know that it put on the afterburners.
Okay. Away from us?
Away
going
from you
as in the circle around? Take the long way around?
What's the distance of your radar?
Let me double check real quick.
All right, I gotta get rid of that sound.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Should be at least
1.5 miles.
Okay, yeah, they're definitely out of radar range.
Okay.
We got a small one.
Wait, all of them
Yes,
change course?
they all changed course.
Interesting.
I guess they don't want witnesses.
I agree, Dad. I still think we should stay airborne.
Yeah, we should keep Overwatch.
Yeah, because you can see you can hear them arguing below you. You guys,
so we can both hear them that they're alive.
yes, you can definitely see that they're alive. You can see the sedan where Id and his partner and Abby Kincaid had exited, and they rushed under the footbridge, and you can hear their raised voices, mostly hers, and then they come out and all four of them rush towards the car.
All right. Well, I'm keeping watch for any incoming of any kind.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna monitor the communication frequencies. See if I could find anything unusual.
What you do find unusual is that there is an active jamming signal.
Okay. I'm going to counter that. See if I
Okay.
can break through it.
So we'll save that for the next one. And thank you guys for playing. Thank you for yelling and screaming. I appreciate that. I enjoy that quite thoroughly, quite heartily. For Morgan, who's I'm sure is passed the fuck out. Vonally, Theory, Crimson Sage, Pass, Seraph, Id, who's surprisingly still awake, and D, who missed it, but I'm sure he's watching somewhere in his dreams. I am your GM. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll bid you farewell.